Hi, happy Monday, and welcome to Now, the fun news show hosted by me, Curtis P. Today we're kicking off the show talking about a big milestone for this channel right here. We have passed 200,000 subscribers. Yes, that's right, everyone, the big 200,000. So I just personally want to thank every single one of you for subscribing and liking and all that other fun stuff. It's been an awesome, crazy ride, and I'm excited to just keep the ride going. This isn't the end. We're gonna keep progressing forward. Since last year alone, we've gained another 100,000 subscribers, which is crazy. We've completely doubled the number of subscribers. So that's awesome, and I can't wait. Of course, I'm gonna keep producing episodes of Now every single day of the week. New gaming videos on the weekend, the new simulation show, that's still going. And for those people who continue to ask, I am still working on house videos. Here is a screenshot of my next Sims 3 house video, just to let you know. And we move on to an unfortunate topic that I thought I really should talk about. Of course, over the weekend, a big crash happened in San Francisco at their airport. The Asiana flight 214 crashed as it was coming in from China and South Korea. The flight landed in China, then landed in South Korea. Then it came into land in San Francisco. As it was landing, the actual plane came down too far and was too close to the ground. As it began approaching the landing strip / there's a seawall that's also there. The plane clipped that, and the whole back end of the plane just went and flew off. Officials are still looking into the crash, but they have said that the plane was flying slower than its landing speed, which is 157 miles per hour. At the current time, 2 16-year-olds were actually killed, but it's yet to be determined if they were killed because of the crash or after they had got out of the crash structure, they were actually hit by emergency vehicles. This is still, of course, being looked at the current time. 2 other people are also paralyzed because of the crash. Good news, though, that appears to be the only injuries / fatalities that happened during this plane crash, which I think is kind of a miracle. Now, having flown into that airport multiple times, I can say for certain, coming down and landing, you see water, 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 and then you're like, oh God, there's the landing strip. So the possibility for a crash at this exact area is, I would say, higher than normal. Next, we move on to Google's new doodle for the day. Google is marking the 66th anniversary of the Roswell incident. Yes, that's right, you can get your UFO conspiracy theorist person thing on with the new Google Doodle. It's a fun click-through adventure, and it will probably take up a large portion of your time today if you go and play it. You play as a stranded alien gathering up parts for your crashed spaceship to, of course, put them together and fly away. You can check out the Google Doodle for yourself by heading over to google.com, of course, and then the doodle will be right there. It will be there all day, except tomorrow it will probably not be there. From the Google Doodle to sports. Now, I don't often talk about sports because I don't know anything about them, but I do know that the Andy Murray victory thing in Wimbledon, well, that was historic. If you didn't already know, the first British man has won Wimbledon, the tennis competition. This is me playing tennis. Also could be substituted for baseball. Anyway, Andy Murray is the first British man to win in 77 years. The last one was Fred Perry back in 1936. His last match took 3 hours and 9 minutes, which is pretty long, I think, for a tennis match, though I don't play tennis, so I don't know. In an interview, Andy talked about the fact that he practices for 30 to 40 minutes before each event, and that at the end of all of this, he was just tired and happy that he had won. So all props go out to Andy Murray, the 26-year-old tennis player who, of course, changed or updated or did something to history and sports and stuff, I don't know. From sports that I have no idea about, that's my understanding of sports, to space. I know some things about space and technology. SpaceX's Grasshopper reached brand new heights recently, 1,066 feet in the air to be precise. The cool thing about the Grasshopper is it actually lifts off straight vertically like a normal rocket, but it's also able to hover in mid-air and then land straight back vertically. Now, this is all accomplished due to new sensors and navigation type equipment inside of the rocket. A cool newsflash here, 4 months ago, the rocket only could reach around 300 feet, so 1,000 is a huge accomplishment. Of course, looking at the video here, it looks pretty freaking easy. The rocket just goes up, and then it touches back down, and that's kind of it. Of course, the idea for SpaceX's rocket to actually lift off vertically and land vertically is unlike any other rocket in existence. Now, in the future, SpaceX is hoping to bring people into space using this same technology. SpaceX was created and founded by Elon Musk. Of course, he was the creator of PayPal, someone that I should probably fight with because I use PayPal way too often. But that's not what this news story is about. He created PayPal, made a ton of money, And then now he's making like SpaceX, and he's also doing Tesla Motors. So Elon Musk, he's kind of like doing everything. He's kind of like the Tony Stark of the real world. Jumping ahead now, Russians. Yes, the Russians are in the news today because they've actually thought up and are starting to design floating nuclear power stations. Now you might think, this sounds weird and dangerous all at the same time. To which I have to say, calm down. It's gonna be all right. Nuclear subs, aircraft carriers, and even icebreakers have been operating with nuclear power for over like 50 years. So this new fleet of floating power stations will hopefully keep up that track record of being pretty stable. The interesting idea about all of this is they'll be able to provide electricity to actual remote locations. You can simply build one of them and then move it to wherever you need power. The first one is expected to be in operation in 2016, and they produce a whopping 70 megawatts of power. If you have no idea what that is in like power consumption terms, that will power up to 200,000 homes, like a small city. Also keep in mind, it's actually safer than its like land-based nuclear power plants because they can be moved out of harm's way. So, like if a tsunami were to be coming, you could just move it and then move it back after and it wouldn't get damaged. Or you could float it out to like far sea where tsunamis aren't as like destructive. So I think it's a pretty cool advancement in nuclear power, and it will be interesting to see what Russia does with this in the future. All right, jumping back to the topic about floating nuclear power plants. Kinda sounds like the plotline to a 007 movie, if you get what I mean. But that's besides the point, doesn't really matter right here. Do you think this could make nuclear power more safe and accessible, or is nuclear power still way too dangerous to use and we should just kind of like push it to the side? You can let me know in the comment section down below, or of course you can always let me know on my Facebook page, through Twitter, or on Google+. Links to all that and the other topics I talked about in today's episode in the description down below. And hey, if you enjoyed today's show, don't forget to give the show a like and subscribe for more great free now content every single day of the week. So until tomorrow, I'm Curtis Parody, and that's what's happening now. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. You can of course check out more videos that I create by clicking on them below. Check out Now for the latest news happening in the world right now, Paradise Gaming for some fun gameplay videos, or of course my personal vlog channel to see what I'm doing outside of my studio. Also, if you're interested in supporting the show and getting some new clothes for yourself, just like this shirt, you can pick up this one if you want. Check out the store at thecurtisparodystore.ca. Bye everyone.